Welcome back to Boruto Anime Review. This is episode number 25, and this one we're reviewing the 25th episode of Boruto, Naruto Next Generations. This one's called A Turbulent Field Trip, where Boruto's class goes to the Hidden Mist Village. And that's the big story of this episode. Of course, we have appearances in this episode by a few characters we haven't seen in a while. Well, Naruto, obviously, who was featured in the previous episode, so yeah, he makes a one episode appearance, gets some scolds Boruto for a bit. That was funny. Aruka makes an appearance. Anko makes her fourth appearance in the show. Even Hinata makes an appearance in the show, which it's been a while since Hinata was last seen. I think the last time she was seen, it's been a while. I would say it was probably at the end of the Ghost arc, was probably the last time Hinata herself was seen. Also, Susumori makes a return. Yeah, she comes back. Nice to see the character. She's coming for this particular generation, even though there's not much to her per se. Even though we get a little bit more revealed to her, but I kind of enjoy the character, and she's kind of close to being my favorite female character of this particular generation of characters. I mean, yeah, there's Sadara, obviously, but I like Susumori a little more because there's a little more mystery to her, even though we got a little bit of a chance to reveal her backstory during the Ghost arc, but she's a quite enjoyable character, and I like the fact she's still part of the group. Also, I don't know if anybody's ever called this out, though, the fact that the classroom that Shino uses is pretty much the same classroom that he was in when he was a kid. Yeah, it's the same exact classroom. I have no idea why. But yeah, though I wouldn't mind if after they completed this arc they do more guest instructors. It would have been interesting though if, let's say, if on this trip Hinata went along as she is the wife of Hokage, for PR purposes. That would have been interesting. But I guess Shino and Anko are the only chaperones for this class. Yeah, I'm like, there are other classes at the Ninja Academy. And yet, this class is the one that gets to go to the Hidden Mist Village. Okay, fine. Oh yeah, and Boruto is chosen as the student leader for this trip. Why? Because this guy loves being center of attention, and also gets him to keep him out of trouble. And a lot of the characters don't usually show up. The only character who actually shows off his moves is Boruto, who does use Shadow Clone Jutsu. Iwambi gets a chance to do something. Dekai does his usual thing. Let's see. Yeah, pretty much everybody does show up. There's one character who I think is probably supposed to be Mary, the daughter of Koronai and Ashima. Yeah, I think it's her, but I don't know. I think it probably is her. Maybe, I don't know. Also, the orange hair girl. She was part of Konohamaru's entourage that he had when he was younger, though their friend with the glasses, he has not made a physical appearance in this one. He might make an appearance later on. Let's see. So they go to Mist Village. First they go by train. Now basically they do show an airship, but they don't use it for some reason. So because apparently this airship is under construction, first they go by train, then they go by a boat. They go to the Hidden Mist Village. Oh yeah, and apparently, I don't know, just by sheer coincidence, out of the entire group, Misuke and Boruto are the first ones to set eyes on the village. And and of course there is reference to the fact that the village used to be known as the Bloody Mist Village, or Blood Mist Village. Basically, I've heard in the dub for Naruto as far as the Bloody Mist Village, but here they call it the Blood Mist Village. Yeah. Those that don't know what exactly that means, yeah, they don't mention it here, but they probably mention later on. Yeah, of course, Zabuza was part of the generation, where apparently the graduation ceremony is where the students basically kill each other. Yeah, Zabuza is actually one of the very few survivors of that, and because they actually stopped doing that, but they kind of, yeah, a couple kids, they got introduced here. One guy who knows Boruto just by looking at him, and he says he has nice eyes. I'm like, yeah, that's very creepy. He says, really? Yeah, though basically the thing with Boruto is like, physically he looks like his father. I think he's a spitting image of his father. The only difference is that his father's got 3 whiskers on both cheeks, while Boruto's got 2 whiskers. Yeah. In the course, they reveal, like, oh, there's a reference to something from the Ghost Arc with that actor who they stopped making movies of the superhero film he was part of because he put on too much weight. There's reference to that. Let's see. Boruto's like, yeah, because he knows, like, he's the son of the legendary Naruto Uzumaki, the 7th Hokage. Boruto's like, nah, don't, just call me, yeah. He just basically didn't want to get special status because his father's Hokage, which just call me Boruto. Just simply as that. Yeah. So he didn't have a really big problem with it. And apparently this guy, who's the guy Kagura, no relation to Kagura Akano, just similar name. Apparently he's actually one of the Mazakage's aides. Yeah. And he's dressed like normal people, how ninjas dress in the Hidden Mist Village, the whole turtleneck thing, which I think is still a little bizarre. I still kind of think they should explain the whole razor sharp teeth thing, which apparently not only the 7 swordsmen have got it, but apparently people who are not members of 7 swordsmen have the razor sharp teeth. Yeah, I kind of think that the razor sharp teeth thing should be explained. Because I think it's a little bizarre that everybody from the Hidden Mist Village have got razor sharp teeth, look like the frickin' sharks. Oh yeah, and there's a mist. Oh yeah, because the village is called the Hidden Village, hidden in the mist, so you got to throw in some mist there for no reason. And this village is apparently built on an island. Yeah. Also, this is actually the first time that the village has did briefly appear a couple times in Shippuden, but not like a full blown appearance of the Hidden Mist Village. It's nice the fact that you have characters go to Hidden Mist Village. Excuse me. I think there should have been a line of Boruto asking his mother, has she ever been to Hidden Mist Village? I'm sure she probably has in the past. At some point. She may have visited the village at some point, but who knows? They should have asked that. I think the students should also ask Shino if he'd ever been to the village, because it kind of basically hints that he may have been to the village once before in the past, but yeah. It's basically like a vacation episode in a way. Also, you get a chance to see several characters, some of the girls put on swimsuits to go swimming on the ship, which has a swimming pool. Basically, it's kind of like a cruise ship. Yeah. And Boruto points to the fact that even though that Yasuo wants to become Hokage, Boruto points out the fact that he has no interest in becoming Hokage. Those people who've seen the Boruto film already know this, despite the fact this arc taking place well before that film. Though people thinking that maybe they're going to redo the film and the series, who knows? But overall, this was a pretty interesting episode. Not a lot of action, but just a fun episode. And also, the first episode in the series, you can see girls put on swimsuits. Yeah, the only time this ever happened in the previous generation was in like one movie, the third film, where you get a chance to see Sakura in a bikini. Yep, the only time. I'm kind of thinking though, why couldn't Naruto have an episode where the characters went to the beach or went swimming at some point? Nope, as far as I know, they never did. But yeah, interesting episode. I wouldn't call it an okay episode, but I'd call it very interesting and pretty decently paced and good dialogue for this episode. But yeah, I'm kind of thinking that now next week's episode is called the Mazakage's Successor, which apparently this guy, apparently he's been chosen as the next possibly being selected as the next Mazakage. The current Mazakage, Chonshin, I think his name is, he's going to show up next episode. And also, even though they kind of keep her face hidden, but it kind of looks like Miyai. The 5th Mazakage is going to make a physical appearance next episode. How do I know it's her? Her attire and the way her hair is and how she smiles. Yeah, I know it's her. And this is one thing that's quite weird about her. Some people call her an old lady. No, I don't think she's that old. Unlike, let's say, Tsunade, who is old. I don't think Mii is that old. I think she's probably in her early to mid 30s by the time of that series. I think now she's probably like in her. I could probably say she's currently in her 40s, maybe at best. Who knows? It just depends on exactly how old they say she is. But yeah, still a good episode. Yeah, I guess this arc is just basically let's just have the characters go on vacation to Hit and Miss Village for. Well, they do explain at the start of the episode that actually this was Naruto's idea, just for. Well, I think this field show is probably just for PR purpose, and plus basically have a field trip that's set out of the village. That would have been also interesting if they did field trips like this, where they went to like the Hidden Sand Village or the Hidden Stone Village. Heck, it would have been nice if they went to the Hidden Cloud Village for a field trip. Yeah, that would have been interesting. Or here's one for you. How about going to the village hidden in the waves, where they bring back, where they show up the Great Naruto Bridge? Yeah, that would have been nice. Though I wouldn't be. I think that the village hidden in the waves. I think it's in that area per se, the Land of Water. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at some point in the series if they go to that particular land, and Boruto meets the bridge builder. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he actually met him and said, "Hey, I knew your dad when he was around your age," and he helped. Basically, if it hadn't been for him, I wouldn't. This bridge would not have been built at all. Yeah, and the fact he fought Zabuza there. Yeah, and I know there's a reference here and there to the Seven Swordsmen in this episode, but it would be really nice if they actually show off pictures of the Seven Swordsmen. I mean, there's nothing to be ashamed of the fact that you have 7 badass people basically carrying cool-looking swords, though one of the swords is a giant needle. I'm not kidding. It's a giant needle. One of whom basically, yeah, the sword is a giant needle. I am not kidding about that. Or in the case of there's one called like Salamandra, I think it's called. One looks like a giant popsicle, which yeah, it looks like a giant popsicle that can absorb chakra. Yeah, I mean, I would say probably the best looking sword is probably Zabuza's, the Executioner's Blade. Though some people might think it's on Final Fantasy, but who knows? But it'd be nice to show off these pictures of exactly. It would be interesting though if later on it's revealed that if somehow during this arc it's revealed that the reason why that not all the blades are here, well, because one's in the Hidden Cloud Village, they could bring up the Kakashi probably still has Zabuza's sword. That would be interesting, but who knows? It depends on what they do for this particular arc. I don't know how long this arc is going to be. From the synopsis I've seen, they've only got synopsis for this one plus next couple episodes. But who knows exactly how long this arc is going to last for me. The first arc for the series was 14 episodes. Yeah. So, that's it for this episode. Stay tuned next week for episode 26. Or 26 would be the Mazakage's successor. Okay? But until then, I will see you there. Bye.